way in receiving last season for the Lightning. He had 23 catches for 309 yards and 4 touchdowns. Guido was third in catches with 18 for 296. But Brett, I believe you told me that Tamari is not playing tonight.
He's hurt. Yeah, he's a little nicked up.
So we will get to more of these notes as the game progresses, as well as starting lineups here, as it appears that Appleton North will receive to start the 2024 season here. Again, week 1 at Paul Engen Field, visiting Mukwonago. Clash of the Classic 8 and the Fox Valley Association. Sean Hansen, Bobby Salm back deep to return for Appleton North. Again, I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out with Brett Christopherson and bringing you those high-definition shots. Jim Rosandick here at Paul Engen Field. Beautiful summer evening as we get ready for the start of the game. Kick will be fielded by Hansen. And Hansen found a little bit of a rail. Takes it out near the 40. They're going to mark that right short of the 39, Brett. Hey, that's a nice return to get Appleton North's offense started. And Appleton North, again, Charlie Olson is the starting quarterback for the Lightning as he comes out. Ball will be placed, we'll call it the 48, 1st and 10. At the 38, I'm sorry, for Appleton North. Got a little, making sure we got the right footballs out there. As the ball will be placed at the near hash mark. You can tell that sturdy offensive line from Appleton North already. That's going to be a big factor for them this season as Olson's under center. Rolling to his right. We have a flag already as Olson, his pass is complete. That's to number 33, Jack Kangas, but we do have a flag. We look to see what the laundry's about. It's a I think it's a 5-yard penalty. Is that what their legal procedure there on Appleton North? So that wipes out that big gain. And I'll tell you what, Charlie Olson looked really good, comfortable rolling out, hitting Kangas on that play. So we'll see if that sort of comfort level continues here for Olson, a senior. The ball will be placed back at the 33. 1st down and 15 for Appleton North. Olson and Salm in the backfield for Appleton North. Olson back to throw again. A quick hitter out. Nice yardage pickup by number 15. That's Keegan Muchow. Ball will be placed at the 41. So they picked up all that yardage back from the penalty. And a little bit more. Ball will be placed at the 41. Eight-yard gain on that pass play for Charlie Olson. Motion give off the right side. That goes nowhere. I want to say that was Sean Hansen on the carry. Or Gavin Zielinski, my apologies, number 24. Maybe half a yard on the carry, brings up 3rd and a long 6 for Appleton North on its first series of the 2024 season. Muchow near side at receiver. Now he's in motion for Appleton North. As Olson, he's rolling to his left, looking, getting pressured. Gets past his first defender. Now he makes it just past the line of scrimmage before he's bottled up. I want to say that's number 6, Connor Krieger. for Mukwonago. Ball will be placed at the 42, so no gain on that rush, but it brings up a 4th and 6 for Appleton North. So the penalty coming back to haunt the Lightning as they will have to punt. Two returners back deep for Mukwonago. There's the punt. Takes a little bit of a north bounce, and it'll be marked out of bounds. Actually, it must have went out of bounds a little earlier. It'll be marked, I believe, at the 30. Oh, they're doing that triangulation there, Brett. It's going to be placed at the 35. That's where Mukwonago will start. First down and 10.
All right, Ricardo.
You okay there, buddy?
I'm good.
Okay.
Just had some week 1 gremlins.
Gotcha.
But we're ready to go.
You're going to have to keep track of the time, Brett. I can't really see it over here. So.
Yeah, 4:09, or I'm sorry, 9:09 here in this opening quarter.
Okay.
So those who are watching on YouTube, Appleton North, held on its first offensive series of the season. Now we're going to get a timeout. Mukwonago to start the 2024 season offensively for the guys in the blue and white. Apologize for some of the technical issues we had. Kind of got to go back old school, guys, and go through our old Vimeo ways of doing things.
Yeah, an offense for Mukwonago. Nick Martin's the receiver. Tanner Booth, a receiver. And then Braden Voggs. Ben Caesar there at running back.
Did you get some of the game notes for
a little bit Appleton North. We can talk some nothing of Mukwonago obviously because
sure,
you know, we had the national anthem. It was a quick start, so we can do that during the live stream here. As we're all ready to go here. Timeout by Mukwonago. First down and 10. So they've already had to burn a timeout, Brett. Appleton North's defense. I'll get you those names in a little bit. As a jet sweep near side. That's number 11, Nick Martin. So, and Brett, because that was in front of him, that counts as a pass.
There you go.
Mason Kelly is the quarterback for Mukwonago. 3 yards on that short pass play.
Beautiful night here in Appleton.
Gorgeous.
Can't believe how fast summer goes.
2nd and 7 for Kelly and Mukwonago. That's off the left side, or right side, I'm sorry. That's number 22, Mason Radabicki.
Radabicki, yep.
Radabicki.
Senior running back, right? 5'8", 200 pounds.
Boy, that's a good name. That's a good football name. Radabicki.
Radabicki.
By the way, offensive line for Mukwonago: Henry Degenhart, Ben Contreras, Brady Langer, Aaron Dworchik, Mason Voss is the offensive line. And I'll get to some of these tight ends as well. 3rd down, and we'll call it 4 for Mukwonago. Off the right side, and oh, it got close, Brett, but look at that tackle. Is that Hansen in there?
Looks like it.
That brings up a 4th and 2, Brett.
Offense going to stay on the field, Ricardo, at that 43, 44-yard line. So here you go. In Mukwonago territory at that. Let's see if they're just trying to draw the Lightning off sides here. Looks like maybe it's going to be a little bit of a pooch punt. Yep, and that's exactly what it is. Yep.
Now that ball, I was just going to say, is going to take a Mukwonago bounce. Look at that. Right at the 10-yard line, and that's where Appleton North will start its second series, offensive series, I should say. All right. Appleton North. 1st and 10 at the 10 for the Lightning. Again, I thought early on they looked good. Charlie Olson showing some good mobility on those rollouts. Good arm strength. Again, taking over for a pretty good quarterback last year was that Kreitzer, if I remember right.
Luke Kreitzer, yeah. Well, don't forget Grant Hardy.
Grant Hardy, of course, yes.
Is going to be in the mix as well. We'll talk about all that good stuff as the game goes on.
Olson giving up the middle. Is that Olson? Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Olson. Is that Psalm? Up to the 14-yard line. It's going to be a 4-yard gain.
Was that Psalm?
It was not. I didn't see who that was. Might have been Gavin Zielinski. I believe it was. Four wide now for Appleton North. Up the middle and tackled.
Darcel DJ Wilson.
Now, do we call him Darcel or just DJ Wilson?
I'm going to say DJ. Looks like that's what they...
It'll be 3rd and 2. Sophomore running back, Brett, is Darcel. So we'll see what Appleton North does in this 3rd and short situation here. They're inside the 20 of their own, on their own side of the field. The give, I believe, is to Psalm, and I believe he was stood up. Maybe a short gain. And that brings up a punting situation for Appleton North.
Yeah, good field position coming up as well for Mukwonago. I mean, at the 50-yard line is where number 11, I want to say. Or sorry, check that, number 0, Jack Savasta. So great field position coming up.
Oh, where's it going? Right at the, just a little bit, I guess they'll call it the 41.
Let me talk a little bit about Mukwonago, Ricardo, as they get ready to take the field. Number 3 ranked in Division 1 with Sports.net state preseason poll. Mukwonago coming off a 6-4 showing last season, ended with it falling to conference rival Arrowhead 31-28 in the first round of the Division 1 playoffs. Mukwonago finished in a 3-way tie with Arrowhead and Waukesha West for 3rd in that rugged Classic 8. Kettle Moraine, of course, the league champs at 7-0. Muskego, we're going to see Muskego tomorrow night. Warriors were next at 6-1. Mukwonago, Ricardo, opened the season last year 4 straight victories, then dropped 4 of its next 6 contests. So kind of mirrored what Appleton North did. Remember that fast start for Appleton North and the Lightning. Some hiccups along the way, although a lot of those Lightning losses were very close games at such a tough defense led by Brock Arndt, state senior defensive player of the year now at Ohio. There's a nice tackle by number 6, Mason Skorstad, the senior linebacker.
Brett, that's a loss of 5 yards. And in this early field position game, it brings up a 2nd and 15 at the 36 for Mukwonago.
7 starters return offensively for Mukwonago. That includes first-team running back and all-state selection Mason Radabicki. He rushed for over 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns last season, averaged nearly 180 yards per game on the ground. Rushed for at least 105 yards in the 8 games he played a year ago. Also surpassed the 200-yard mark twice. Swing pass, almost an interception. Great coverage, though, Ricardo, by number 13, Jabari Hammond, the senior defensive back. Nearly the interception. Now 3rd and long coming up for Mukwonago. Radabicki, by the way, a first-team all-state selection in the large school division by the Wisconsin Football Coaches Association. Also back, Mason Kelly. He was a good receiver last year. 38 catches, 534 yards, 6 touchdowns. He had earned first-team All-Classic 8 honors as well. 6 starters returned defensively for Mukwonago, along with 44 letter winners.
Oh, boy. Look at this.
Watch out. Yeah, there's nothing doing there. Mason Kelly, now the quarterback, stuffed by, who was that? Is that number 18, Brady Golden?
Yeah, and then Christian West coming in to clean up as well for Appleton North, Brett.
Junior linebacker for the Lightning, talking about Golden, and you said Christian West. I was almost going to say Christian Watson, but I knew that that was wrong. But I know Rob Somm, the head coach at Appleton North, very high on Christian West. He told our the Post-Crescent in the preview article that Christian West, quote, has a chance to be as good as any defensive lineman in the league. End quote.
Boy. They always just have guys ready to take over, don't they?
Yeah, defense always the name of the game here at Appleton North under Rob Somm. Very dangerous. Field by Michael Guido, but no harm, no foul. He holds on to it.
What do we got on that time, Brett? Can you give me that real quick? I can't see.
Yeah, 2:46.
Thank you. And it'll be first down and 10. Looks like they'll mark that right at the 37. No. Don't worry about it. Again, this is our first game of the year. We're just checking stuff technically.
Well, we have a new machine.
Yeah, it's our preseason kind of.
Yeah. Usually takes a few games to kind of get in the swing of things again, doesn't it? There's a little swing pass outside.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, good
speed.
He
had a run. The ball comes loose, but I think he was down.
Appleton North, Ricardo, I don't know how much you got into their stuff. You talk about Charlie Wilson, or Olson, I should say. You talk about Bobby Somm coming back. Abraham Tamori, I think you talked about, right? Another basketball standout.
Yes, that's about where I was interrupted.
Yeah, Tamori out, unfortunately, for this game, but he led the way in receiving last season for the Lightning. 23 catches, 309 yards, 4 touchdowns. Guido, third in catches, 18 for 296. So 2 good receivers, especially when Tamori is back healthy. And nice, good tough run by DJ Wilson, the sophomore running back. Veteran group returns defensively for Appleton North with 7 players back who saw a lot of action. Head coach Rob Somm expects his secondary to be really strong. That's his quote. Behind the play and leadership of Sean Hansen, Daniel Garrigan, Eli Vizina, and Jabari Hammond. That linebacker core could also be strong with Ben Wenzel and Bobby Somm returning as all-conference selections.
Defense. Every year, Brett, one of the calling cards for Appleton North. It's rare when they don't have just an elite defense.
Keeps them in so many games, and we'll see if this offense can kind of get humming, right? They can put some points on the board to go along with such a great defensive effort year in and year out. Just pushing that pile.
It's like a rugby scrum.
To about the 45.
It's a 7-yard gain for Bobby Somm. One of our Elite 11, am I right, Rosie? We'll talk about that maybe more during the live stream, and Rosie has a little promo for that at halftime as well, don't you, Rosie?
They do.
Second down and 3 by that powerful run by Somm.
Minute 10 going, clock running here at Paulingen Field. Nice crowd here. It's always these kind of tough, right? These pre-Labor Day games. You don't know what kind of a crowd you're going to get, but quite a few packing the stands here tonight. Why not? 2 premier programs in Division I. Again, Mukwonago ranked preseason by WISports.net as number 3 in the state. As
Zielinski.
Yeah, Gavin Zielinski, a senior running back.
I don't think there's any yardage on that one. Brett will call it. It'll remain 3rd and 3. So what does Appleton North have in store here? 3rd and 3, 3rd and short. They're
Well,
beyond midfield.
Yeah, I think they have to call a timeout because
Yes.
the back judge was starting to count here at 3rd and 3. So with 4.5 seconds to go.
Well, I think you're noticing some early first game trends here. Nothing wrong with that. And, you know, this is a little bit different for Appleton North. I believe they usually would play Green Bay Southwest or somebody in the first game of the year. FRCC. And I'm being nice here. FRCC just not at the level of the Classic 8. Is it all right if I say that, Brett?
Yeah, sure.
And, you know, obviously Mukwonago several ticks up from the usual competitor or team that they play in week 1.
I like it though, right? It's great.
They should do this every year. Classic 8 and FBA should have some sort of the first game or two, some sort of series.
Kind of a challenge every year.
Classic 8 FBA challenge.
Both conferences like to brag about how they're the best, so why not find out and play each other? Well, we're going to see 2 more teams from these leagues tomorrow night. Neenah and Muskego. We're taking the road trip down to Muskego. Our friend and colleague at the Journal Sentinel, J.R. Radcliffe's going to join us for that as well. So
nice.
A 3-man booth. Looking forward to that. That should be a whale of a game. Muskego ranked 2 in the state. I think Neenah was 12th in that WisSports.net poll. With Kimberly, the only team in the FBA in the top 10 at number 7. High snap, good job, and that looks to be a yard short on the plunge by Bobby Somm, and that's how the first quarter will come to an end.
I have to update my Twitter.
Well, you do that, and as the teams change sides, we switch quarters. I want to thank our season sponsors, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Cellcom is your local wireless carrier who keeps you connected to what matters most with a homegrown 5G network and extraordinary customer care. They are more than just a wireless carrier. They are technology with a heartbeat. Visit Cellcom.com to learn more. And get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Custom embroidery, screen printing, and graphic design. Cooney's does it all. Visit them online at Cooney'sEmbroideryandSportswear.com. Second quarter about to start. 4th and 1 will be the decision for Rob Somm and that Appleton North offense in Mukwonago territory to open the second quarter. Offense on the field. Ricardo going to go for it here in 4th and 1.
I like this, Brett. You know, you trust your offensive lineman up there.
Well, let's see if this can be a quarterback sneak, maybe. Olsen waiting for the snap. We're in that number 5, plunging ahead, and he's got the first down and more. He's off to the races.
He's gonna score.
He scores. 43-yard touchdown quarterback sneak.
You read that right, Brett. And sometimes, you know, that's the danger when you have so many of your defenders right at the line of scrimmage, Brett. Any kind of slip up at all in terms of the gap integrity, that runner's going to go to the house. I think Olsen showed some surprising speed.
Wow. We got to call that a quarterback sneak, right? He was sneaking for the first down. Next thing you know, he's off to the races, 43 yards out. And that's number 6, I believe, for the PAT, which is Mason Skorstad. And as we look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, 43-yard touchdown run on 4th and 1. Olsen got through that initial kind of scrum and stayed on his feet, took off, and he'll be credited with a 43-yard touchdown run. You don't see plays like that very often, Ricardo. You're just trying to get that first down, keep the chains moving.
You calling that 43?
Yeah, calling that a 43-yard touchdown run. So the Lightning first to score. Appleton North picked to finish 5th in the Fox Valley Association. 5th, Ricardo.
That's laughable.
We were talking about that. That seems a bit low for a proud program like the Lightning.
And we mentioned before, right at the beginning, Brett, this Appleton North team, 3 of their 4 losses were by 11 points.
Yeah.
And they took Kimberly to the tilt in that playoff game.
Well, remember, they had to go back-to-back, week 9 and then first round of the playoffs.
And Kimberly, they only lost to Milwaukee Marquette in that semifinal, 14-7. Marquette goes on to blow out Franklin, whoever they played in the title game.
It was Franklin, right?
So to me, that's a little disrespectful. A 5th place finish, come on.
Well, Kimberly was just ranked 7th, that I said in the preseason poll in Division 1. They're picked to win the conference, no surprise there. And a nice little run.
Oh boy!
Still on his feet, far sideline, off to the races. Still on his feet is Savasta, and look at that. That's an answer for Mukwonago inside the 25, down to about the 23-yard line. So there's your answer after the North touchdown run.
Where are they putting that, Brett? Is it 23? I can't really
23-yard line. But to finish that thought, Kimberly is slated to win conference. Neenah, number 2, followed by Kaukauna, Fond du Lac, Appleton North, as I said, Hortonville, Oshkosh West, and then Appleton East. Appleton West now by itself, right? They're in the FRCC, I believe.
That's true.
Hortonville now back in the Fox Valley Association after playing in the Valley Football Association. And that is number 13, Mason Kelly. Tough sledding for the senior. Maybe a couple yards. Second down coming up.
Going to mark it right at the 21, so a 2-yard gain.
Hey, Mukwonago, head coach Mike Gnevok. That's a familiar name for fans in the FVA, right?
He coached at Fond du Lac.
Yeah, well, hard to believe, already his 7th season in charge of Mukwonago. But yeah, he spent the previous 6 seasons as the head coach or co-head coach for a couple of those in Fond du Lac, and in turn to help turn that program around.
2nd and 8. Give us off the right side. Brett finding a hole. That's our guy.
Radabicki, yeah, and that's a good job by that offensive line. They'll move the chains inside the 15 to about the 13-yard lines where they'll spot it. So good answer here by Mukwonago trying to even this up.
Radabicki.
It's a good running back name.
Love that name.
I believe Gnevok spent the first 2 seasons at Fond du Lac as a co-head coach with Steve Jorgensen.
Yes.
Kind of getting things off the ground, and then they really took off in his last 4 seasons. I believe they were state quarterfinalists in all 4 of those years. Until Mukwonago came calling. Nothing doing for Radabicki, and guess who? Bobby Somm there, meeting him at the line of scrimmage. Bobby Somm, one of your Elite 11 players.
Yeah, he paid us a visit, came in for his photo video shoot. By the way, the Elite 11 coming out tomorrow morning. So be sure to check that out. What I like about Bobby Somm is to me, he sounded like and when I talked to him, a serious guy. No messing around, a lot of focus. Coach's kid.
Yeah, he's the son of Rob Somm, right? The head coach, right? At Gnevok, before the Fond du Lac, also a defensive coordinator and special teams coach at Arrowhead. So always involved with some top-notch programs and doing a great job at Mukwonago. Remember, it was only, a couple years ago when Mukwonago was in the state championship game. Plymouth leading 6-3 over Menasha after 1 quarter. Mike Sherry there for that one down at Calder Stadium. That was a classic game between Kimberly and Mukwonago at Camp Randall Stadium. Ricardo, you were there for that, the 2022 state finals, Division 1.
I was.
Blake Berry's touchdown right at the end. Won it for Kimberly. Kelly waiting for the snap. Little fake.
Look out.
Yeah, nice little play. Oh, that's hell, is he going to be in? No, almost. I thought he had a clear lane to the end zone. Number 85, Luca Tess, a junior tight end. Nice little play. Bootleg left, kind of getting everybody going on the right side. Little misdirection. Tight end wide open in that left slat. And pretty good tackle there, but here you go. 1st and goal.
Is that the 2?
Ball at the 2. So Mukwonago knocking at the door to try to tie this thing up. Appleton North leading 7-0 Under 9 minutes to play in this second quarter here at Paul Engen Field.
Again, special teams, Brett. That long kickoff return set this up.
Handoff, Radabicki. Ooh, good tackle. That was, I think, number 7 coming in there for Appleton North. Ben Wenzel, the junior linebacker. Man, it seems like Wenzel's been around for a while, but he's only a junior. And on the leadership committee for Rob Salm.
Is there a gain on that play, Brett?
Yeah, we're going to mark it at the 1 now. So 2nd and goal at the 1.
Someone's car alarm's going off there, Brett. Is that yours?
No.
Is that the old Tacoma? Or no, you have a Tundra, right?
I got the Taco at the Tacoma. Yes.
There you go. Okay.
That is not my horn. Kelly waiting for it. No, he's going to fake it. Good looking. No, saw him in there. Wenzel in there.
Look at that.
Number 55 for the Lightning in there as well. Christian West, the senior defensive lineman. We talked about him before.
Yeah.
And a loss of 2 back at the 3-yard line now.
Wow.
3rd down coming up.
We're talking about the North defense. If they can hold firm here, that would be a big win for them, especially after that long kick return.
Kelly, handoff, Radabicki plunges in from 3 yards out. And Mukwonago on the board for the first time this season.
What's the time, Brett?
7:24.
Thank you.
And a great response by Mukwonago to potentially even this up. Number 93. Well, that's going to be offside, so we're going to blow that one dead. And what do they want to do now? You could potentially go for a 2-point conversion, right?
Good.
See if they want to do that, or are they going to just decline it and try again? Ben Siganek, number 93, the kicker. And they're just going to try it again. Snap down, kick up and through, and with 7:24 remaining in the second quarter, we are tied up 7 apiece. Following that 3-yard touchdown run by Radabicki, and we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery scoreboard. 7-7 is the score. Good one here, Ricardo.
I think this is going to be one that goes right down to the end. I think both these teams' talent level are very similar. We're not surprised at that at all.
No.
But I thought that was a good answer from Mukwonago, especially that kickoff return. Special teams so overlooked in many ways. You know, once if you can get 60, 70, 80 yards, Brett, on the kickoff return, that's yards your offense doesn't have to try to grind out.
Makes it a little bit easier, doesn't it?
By the way, if you're so inclined, you can follow us on the app formerly known as Twitter, X. You can follow me at Ricardo DeLeon. That's Ricardo, D-E-L-I-A-N. Rosie's at Metal Rosie. Brett's at PC Brett C.
Yes.
All tied up here between Mukwonago and Appleton North. Very nice. There's still some daylight out here, Brett, 7:30.
Yeah, we always start out that way, don't we? And by the end of the season, not so much. You can see Abraham Tamori down there on the sideline playing a little catch. You know, he's itching to get back. What an athlete he is.
Outstanding athlete.
So impressed with him basketball-wise. And watch out. Now you got some issues here, special teams. Can they get a return? Saul makes something out of nothing. Actually good to get that one back to the 20-yard line, Ricardo, maybe at the 21. Mukwonago saying they have it. Let's see what the officials, I think he was down. So kind of a little bit of a miscue there special teams-wise, but all in all, not too bad to start at the 21-yard line. So good job by Psalm to just kind of keep his composure, pick up that old pigskin, and give his offense a chance to maybe come up with an answer of its own after that touchdown drive, short touchdown drive by Mukwonago. Olsen running to his right, little flip. Wow, good hands. Tough catch, tough throw on the run, but an even tougher catch by number 15, Keegan Mucho. Is that how we're saying that, Ricardo? A senior wideout along his own sideline, so good concentration and a good pickup there on first down. Charlie Olsen, one of the team captains, 6'2", 200-pound senior. The quarterback this season. Now he's going to run left. Tough throw. Slings it. Oh, an interception.
Number 4, Brett.
No, I think that was number 0, actually.
Okay.
Savasta, the defensive back, coming in. Great hands. Olsen uncorked a fastball there, but Savasta right there reading it, and the first turnover of the game. Great field position now for Mukwonago.
Yeah, the throw was a bit off. I think it was a bit behind the receiver, and that enabled Savasta to get that pick. So now, here we go. A special teams gaffe, and now an interception. And Mukwonago is in business here, Brett, to possibly take the lead.
Kelly going to go. He's going deep, looking down, wide open. Over the shoulder. He was there.
Yeah, he had a nice double move there, Brett, on the North defender.
Nick Martin, senior wideout, maybe got turned around just a tad. I see it looks like he kind of holding his hands out. Maybe there was a little miscommunication there, but it was a pretty close play from looking at a 40-yard touchdown completion. So Kelly going for it. Just couldn't execute it. 2nd down and 10, but it was open and it was there. I wonder if that's something that the Mukwonago coaches might file away for something to try a little bit later. Is Mason Radabicki, nice little gain for the senior running back inside the 35 to the 34. 3rd down coming up. Mukwonago last season offensively, Ricardo, they were led by one of the nation's top offensive lineman recruits. Remember Nathan Roy? Remember that name?
Sure, yeah.
6'6", 285-pound standout. First team All-Classic 8, first team All-State by the Associated Press and the WFCA in the large division. He's now at the University of Minnesota playing for the Gophers and PJ Fleck.
Chipmunk U.
Hey, great university. 4th down coming up. Yeah, he's listed by the Gophers now at 305 pounds, so they're putting on a little extra beef on Roy. 4th and 2, it looks like, for Mukwonago. Mukwonago, a playoff participant in every season since 2018. As I mentioned, they advanced to the Division I championship game back in 2022. Kimberly winning at 34-30. The Papermakers' Blake Berry, a 5-yard touchdown run with just 26 seconds remaining. That capped an 8-play, 65-yard drive that secured Kimberly's 8th state title in program history. That was a classic battle.
I was there.
Kimberly's had some very excellent some battles, right, against the Classic 8 and the state championship games. And we're going to have another timeout for Mukwonago to talk things over here on 4th down.
Yeah, for those Mukwonago folks who are tuning in, Kimberly, obviously the premier program in the Fox Valley Association, Appleton North. I'll tell you what, how many times has that happened, Brett, where Kimberly, on the way to those state championships, many times their toughest game was against Appleton North in the postseason.
Yeah, right.
And Appleton North, unfortunately, has had some great teams, but sooner or later they got to run into the Papermakers.
Yep. Mukwonago picked to finish 2nd in the Classic 8 behind Arrowhead. Muskego is picked 3rd, followed by Kettle Moraine, Oconomowoc, Waukesha West, Waukesha North, Waukesha South. Mukwonago ranked 3rd, though, in Division I, while Muskego's number 2. Arrowhead's number 5. Kettle Moraine number 10. Jeez. And how about this for Mukwonago? They're opening the season with 4 straight road games. Of course, here tonight at Appleton North and at Sun Prairie East.
Another very good team.
At Arrowhead and at Muskego. How about that for a 4-week stretch to open the year? First home game doesn't come until week 5 when it hosts Pewaukee. Yikes. Little shovel pass. And good. Oh, fumble. Little jet sweep. That was number 11, Nick Martin. He was going to be stopped short anyway, Ricardo, of that first down. The North defense reading that. Little push pass to Martin, but instead, no, it's a fumble. Arrowhead picks it up and gets the first down on the fumble recovery.
Is that what they're calling?
That seems to be what they're calling. They just move the chains on that far sideline, first down.
Well, that's about as fortuitous as you
I
can get.
guess. Wow. You almost think there, Ricardo, on fourth down, you're getting stuffed. You might as well fumble it anyway and see what happens, right?
Right.
Could that have been planned?
I doubt that. Game's too quick between these two teams for that.
Well, you're right. Fortuitous is definitely the word. Is now Kelly swings it over and over the shoulder of Rosandick, but flags fly, and the Appleton North crowd in front of us calling holding. They're helping the officials here tonight. Good battle between 2 fantastic programs in 2 fantastic leagues.
Brings up it'll be a 1st and 20, 1st and 19. No, 1st and 20. From the 28 for Mukwonago. Again, Mason Kelly, senior quarter, or I should say 6'1", 188 pounds senior quarterback.
Got a good arm.
He does.
Both
good
quarterbacks showing some stuff here tonight.
Look out. Screen pass to Rabicki. Where did he take that to? Close to the first down. Past the first down. Brett, that's nothing but a great, great call.
Little screen.
Mm-hmm.
I like that call to the tight end on that last drive. So fresh set of downs for Mukwonago, looking to take a lead here in the second quarter. Rosandick looking for some running room. Good work by that offensive line and a nice run. As we're about at the 3.5-minute mark in this second quarter.
Again, that offensive line, Henry Degenhart, Ben Contreras, Brody Langer, Aaron Dworchek, Mason Boss. Don't forget those tight ends, though, Luca Tess and Adam Craig helping out as well.
Ball at the 11. Watch out. Kelly almost has to get rid of it. Does. And that is a beautiful pitch and catch. Was that 18 yards to number 85, Luca Tess. Wow.
I had 11-yard touchdown.
Oh, was it? I'm sorry. Yep, 11 yards. My mistake. I was not looking at the down marker. I was looking at where the sticks were set up. So 11 yards. Thank you, Ricardo.
Hank DeWild, remember our buddy? He would say, hey, no holy roller rule in the WIAA.
Whoa, watch out. Fumbled snap there, and PAT is definitely no good there. So we're going to keep it right where you see it on our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery scoreboard. 13-7 Mukwonago now with the lead after that 11-yard pass from Mason Kelly, Ricardo, to Luca Tess.
Josh Young, thank you for the updates, buddy. Appleton East, Green Bay Southwest tied at 7 in the second. And I'll update my Twitter here on the Luca Tess, right, Brett? That was the guy?
Right.
Luca Tess.
Quarterback Kelly Ricardo in duress, right? The pressure was getting to him, but nice job just kind of slinging it, little pitch and catch. Tess was open and able to avoid that initial rush. Got rid of it just in time, and Tess did the rest. And here we are, back-to-back touchdown drives from Mukwonago, now up 13-7 with 2:53 remaining in the half.
What was that time again, BC?
2:53 to go. Yep. Oh, Rob Salm looking at some of the preview stories, both by the Post Crescent and the Journal Sentinel. But Rob Salm, the coach of Appleton North, on facing Mukwonago, quote, "There was really no intent behind the decision to switch from Green Bay Southwest. Southwest didn't want to play us, so we had to find a team that would, and Mukwonago would. So we're playing Mukwonago. Definitely changes things. It's a really talented program down there, and they do a good job. So we're excited about the fact we have to start out against a real quality opponent. A little sense of urgency with the boys when you have to face a top-notch opponent to start. And win, lose, or draw, right? I mean, it's going to pay dividends down the line for both of these teams.
It's a much better opponent.
Yeah. We have somebody cramping up there on the field for the Lightning. But, yeah, you're right. And, again, no disrespect to the FRCC, but chances are maybe you play a Southwest, and it's going to be kind of a lopsided game. And this is something where you can really kind of measure where you're at right out of the chute, playing one of the top teams in the state. And Appleton North views itself as one of the top teams in Division I in the state as well.
I want to rattle off this Appleton North offensive line, Brett. Jack Hawkins, Wyatt Smith, Luke, I think it's Yankee, Michael Schaff, and Curtis Leopold. That's your starting offensive line. Got to give the big guys up front some love. And don't forget the tight ends. Jack Kangas, we talked about him already a little bit. 1st and 10 at the 30 for Olson.
Ooh. Good hard run by Gavin Zielinski, another running back for Appleton North. And 2 timeouts remaining for the Lightning.
They got time. I mean, this is one of those things where you got to be a little bit sped up perhaps, but plenty of time on the clock to try to get down there and get some points. Look at this, Brett, near side. Nice gain to midfield. Getting a little chippy there.
That's Grant Hardy, the junior. Is that his first catch of the season, of the night?
Was number 11?
14 with the catch.
Oh, 14 with the catch, okay.
Grant Hardy,
I believe that was his first catch.
Listed as a wide receiver, quarterback, and defensive back. We talked about him, a 200-pound junior. Excellent basketball player as well, but out for football this fall. You know, Rob Sam very happy to have an athlete like him. He's lined up in the far slot. Let's see if Olson tries to target him again. He's rolling left, looking. And instead he's going to tuck it in, keep it. They had Hardy a little bit of an out route there, but Olson just decided to kind of tuck that in, keep it going, and get back to the line of scrimmage here with under 2 minutes to play. Good job by the Lightning looking at that sideline, trying to get the play in.
And you always just think about when they get Abraham Tamori back.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good receiving crew right there.
Yeah, I would think by the end of the season this offense could be humming a little bit. And we'll see. Handoff.
Zielinski, it looks like. Gain of 2 yards brings up a 3rd and 3. Brett, I wonder, did you think this is 4-down territory?
No, I would not here. No, I would. If you're stopped, I think I'd punt it away.
I think I'd go.
Would you?
4 down. I mean, depending on the time aspect of it, as it's ticking off here now.
Now Appleton North kind of intent to just let the clock run here a little bit. Wait for that 3rd down snap. And what are we going to get here? A flag. I think is that going to be a delay game? No, it's going to be a false start.
Yes. Brett, these little mental errors really kind of short-circuiting some of these Appleton North offensive drives. I mean, it's early season game. That's what this looks like.
Well, you can expect some miscues here and there in these early weeks. It takes a little bit to kind of get things going, and it makes it even more difficult when you're facing such a quality opponent. Olsen waiting for it. Snap, he's got it. He's got time, looking downfield. Nope, now he's got to try to get rid of it.
Smart.
And good defense by Mukwonago. Just nothing open there in the back end. They're clapping their hands. 4th down, and North's going to have to punt it away with 36 seconds to go.
Now, look, I know that ends up as an incompletion, Brett, but, you know, sometimes I don't believe Charlie Olsen is this kind of quarterback, but you want to play hero ball. And then that's when it turns into a turnover and a momentum shift here towards the end of the half. He did the right thing.
Yeah.
The defenders were closing in. Throw the ball away, live for another day.
Yeah, let your
punt.
defense do some work here and just go into halftime down 6 points. Assuming that special teams can do its job here on this punt. Coverage units, so if they can try to tackle. That's number 0, though. Savasta, easier said than done. He's a good-looking senior. Got some speed, very athletic. No rush. High punt. Wow. And that's going to skip right out of bounds inside the 10. Beautiful. Maybe right at the 10. Heck of a punt there, Ricardo.
Well, that's what you do when you, I don't want to say play conservative, but you make the smart decisions there like Olsen did there on the 3rd down. And allows a nice punt, get it within the 10-yard line, and now it makes it really difficult if Mukwonago wants to mount something here.
Well, I would think Mukwonago is going to play conservative as well. 35.4 seconds to go. I can't imagine Coach Ganevak is going to do anything but maybe a handoff and just go into halftime happy that you got a little momentum, right? You were down 7-0, then a couple touchdown drives. I think they'll be very pleased to take a 6-point lead into the halftime break.
Yeah, I want to give Alex Rock some kudos, but he's giving me a lot of scores here. Spash leading 14-0 over Chippewa Falls.
Spash can be a good team this year in the Wisconsin Valley. Remember, they had Grant Chandana back as quarterback.
Bayport Middleton tied at 14. Plymouth leads Menasha 6-3. De Pere all over Manitowoc 31-0. That's in the all those games in the second quarter. And they're just going to kneel down here, Brett.
That's the right move there, especially at that point, that part of the field, and up 6. Yeah, wouldn't mind, maybe Spash coming this way again for the playoffs. Wouldn't mind checking them out again. We were pretty impressed with the Panthers last year.
Very true.
And Sean Nana is a very, very good athlete, heck of a basketball player as well that we saw in the sectional semifinals.
That just sounds like some sort of musical group. Brett Christopherson and the Shandanas.
Grant Chandana related to the Soderbergh family.
Ah, that's true. I remember you saying that.
I believe his mother is a Soderbergh. But anyway, halftime here, guys, at Paul Engen Field. Quick look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard shows Mukwonago up 13-7 in this battle between the Classic 8 and the Fox Valley Association. We'll be back to talk more about this game and some stuff we have coming up digitally, including the unveiling of Ricardo's Elite 11s. I believe that's tomorrow morning after this break.
From the moment we get up, technology is at work in our world. That's why Cellcom built a network to support big moments and small victories. It's technology with a heartbeat.
Promote your business, unite your team, or just get your name out there with help from the professionals at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, we have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your business or organization. We can put your logo, name, or anything else you want on any article of clothing. From embroidery and screen printing to graphic design and heat press services, we've got you covered. Call today.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? Are you made for greatness? Writing history? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Born to be a champion, now to change the system. You start a revolution. This is your moment. Are you ready to fight? What do you feel? This is the time for glory, for greatness. Are you ready for this?
And we are back at Paul Engen Field. Again, we look at our Cellcom and Cooney's embroidery scoreboard, embroidery and sportswear scoreboard, I should say. Excuse me.
Hey, preseason, Brett.
Yeah, it takes a little bit, right? But especially when you got some technical glitches you had to get through as well. But we did it. But 13-7. Now I got to really. You did that. It's your fault.
Come on.
13-7 Mukwonago.
Take the marbles out of your mouth.
Remember when we did that with our Packers show and we had players try to pronounce like Mukwonago, Oconomowoc? I'm having a hard time, and I'm from Wisconsin. But again, I just want to shout out our sponsors, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. For a limited time at Cellcom, every phone is on sale or free for new and existing customers. The choice is yours, so stop in or shop online at cellcom.com. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. You can visit them online at Cooney'sEmbroideryandSportswear.com. So some thoughts on this one, Ricardo? Again, no surprise.
You know, I think
figured it'd be a good game.
Yeah, and you could say some like I want to classify them as kind of mistakes, but also fortuitous incidents there. You know, Mukwonago, their points basically one coming off a turnover, one coming off a long kick return, Brett. You know what I mean? And for Appleton North, their touchdown came on a 4th and 1 where the defense of Mukwonago just got, what do you call it? Out-leveraged, I guess, in a way, because they were all up at the line of scrimmage. Olsen was able to find a hole. And
a quarterback, 43-yard quarterback sneak.
A sneak. You know, you don't see those too often. But overall, I think both teams are so similar in talent. And this is, I know it's 13-7 Mukwonago, but I feel like we haven't even seen Appleton North kind of get going a little bit on offense. I think we're going to see a little bit better of that in the second half. And Mukwonago, for them, if they can get their fabulous running back, and I love this kid.
Yeah.
This Rosandick. He's special. And if he gets going and controls tempo, that will be very good for Mukwonago. But again, for Appleton North, they just got to turn down the, ease up on the mistakes a little bit, get things going. I think we mentioned some like flags and things like that kind of hurt them as well, kind of short-circuited those drives that they had.
Yeah, again, Rosandick last season, 1,431 yards rushing, 16 touchdowns. He averaged 178.9 rushing yards per game. And a first-team All-Stater, large school division by the Wisconsin Football Coaches Association. And Mason Kelly doing a good job at quarterback after moving there from wide receiver last year, where he did some good things at the wideout position.
Really nice on those rollouts. A couple of those were very close by Appleton North's defenders to kind of blow up those plays. He was able to get at least the one on the touchdown to the tight end there, Brett.
You look at next week for Mukwonago. They're at Sun Prairie East next Friday. That's a non-conference matchup at, Bank of Sun Prairie Stadium at Ashley Field. We were there last year for the state semifinals between Kimberly and Marquette. You were also there for the lacrosse boys state championship game.
And I'm going to say this with no disrespect to any of our locals. That's the best stadium in the state.
Gorgeous field, right?
High school.
Yeah. I remember when it was that state semifinal was moved there. We thought it was going to be in Oshkosh.
Yeah, we did.
We're like, oh, man. And then when we got there, we're like, wow, I'm glad we're here.
All right, we see why. And we had the whole press box to ourselves.
Yeah, heated press box.
So, again,
November,
we always think about ourselves.
As for Appleton North, right now at Green Bay Preble next Thursday, that's a non-conference matchup. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m., so the Lightning taking on the Hornets. That's kind of been a yearly thing as well, the Hornets. So kind of some coaching moves. I know that they had hired Mark Jonas, a longtime coach, been in a number of programs around the area, and then And then a coaching change since then. So he didn't even coach a game. And so maybe some growing pains perhaps for Treble. Ricardo, I believe a Treble now with a turf field as well. So that's a beautiful little setting for the Hornets over there. So Lightning and Treble next Thursday night. Hey, now, we saw it in the commercial here at halftime. Cat's out of the bag now.
Right out of the bag.
The Elite 11s are coming out tomorrow officially in print, but we showed who was on that team tonight.
Sure.
And maybe you want to talk about how that went down and everybody who will be on the team.
We had them in, I think the first week of August, right, Rosie? They all came in. Great kids. Hard to get 11 football players in at one time, Brett. I'll tell you that much right now. It was over the span of 3 days. But let me rattle off the names here for you. On our Elite 11, which is debuting tomorrow in the morning in the AM, both on postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com. For those of you in Mukwonago who don't know what the Elite 11 is, it's our senior digital showcase of the top seniors in our area, the Fox Valley from Green Bay down to Appleton. These are some of the kids that are on it. From the Xavier Hawks, Carter Apple. From Notre Dame, Christian Collins, only the returning leading rusher in the state, Brett. 2,500 yards he had last year, 40 touchdowns.
He's good.
Is that good? I think that's good. From Kimberly, we have Braden Ellefson, the great linebacker / quarterback. From Nina, he led Division I in rushing yards last year. That was Grant Dean, the University of Wisconsin recruit.
Right.
Outstanding defensive back as well. He'll be going to the Badgers to play defensive back. Again, Grant Dean of Nina. Notre Dame, Brett, James Flanagan.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that name? Packer fans, you might remember that name too. I think he played a year or two for the Packers, didn't he? He also played for the Chicago Bears. His dad, I'm talking about, of course, not James.
Jim Flanagan.
Jim Flanagan.
Yeah.
His son is James Flanagan, outstanding tight end, all-state tight end for Notre Dame. He's on the Elite 11. From Wrightstown, Aiden Humphreys, running back linebacker extraordinaire. Brett, he led the Tigers to the D5 state final last season. Outstanding player for Wrightstown. For Menasha, Logan Legal. And by the way, the running back, Elijah Giggle.
Okay.
Giggle. Logan was telling me that. So he's the quarterback for Menasha. They're expected to have a nice season as well. We talked about Bobby Salm out here, Appleton North. Great linebacker, and also is a running back here for Appleton North. He's on the Elite 11. Another kid from Kimberly, Sawyer Hanlon, defensive lineman for the Papermakers, top sack guy for them. Kokana, Parker Shue, their wide receiver, had a nice season for them as well. He's on the Elite 11. And closing out the Elite 11 from Bayport, one of their two outstanding tackles, Alex Warden. Phenomenal kid. It's funny, Brett, Rosie, remember when he came in? Now he's like 6'6", and like maybe 240, 250, Brett, he's so thin. He just doesn't look like he's a lineman, you know? Because
like that Xavier player. Who was that kid last year for the Hawks? He was a defensive lineman, right? And
who am I thinking?
Yeah, well, go ahead, but
yeah, for Alex Warden, I mean, this kid, I'm just saying, they're going to put 40 pounds on this kid when he gets to the college level. I'll tell you right now. But that's our Elite 11. Again, comes out tomorrow in the morning in the AM, so pressgazette.com, postcrescent.com. Please check it out because there's a video element that Jim Rosandick here put together. He took all the photos, took our info, and he made a nice little 5-minute or so video that highlights all these kids. And, of course, there's always, again, the online written component, which also gives you some info on all 11 players. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, very soon, perhaps even as early as late next week, we'll have the Terrific 10 girls volleyball team. Terrific 10 plus 2. I'll give more info on that next week, Brett, but that's coming as well, our girls volleyball team.
Fantastic. Good work as always. Now, you kind of tweaked, though, the Elite 11 a bit, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah,
before I did not have more than one player, but how could I leave off Jim Flanagan from Notre Dame and or Christian Collins, right?
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I'll bend the rules. It's my team, Brett. I can do what I want with it. So I changed the rules a little bit. More than likely, we'll probably end up keeping it this way.
You know, I tried to get Notre Dame on, and let's just say I was trying to schedule them for a road game and just couldn't make it happen. So maybe we can get the Tritons on playoff time, perhaps. I believe that the night that they play Menasha here, Menasha is a huge, like a Might be a Kimberly-Neenah game that night in the FBA, and those two teams could be battling it out for the FBA. So it's unfortunate that there's overlap. I wish these conferences would get together and say, hey, when we have our showcase game, let's not have it on the night that there's a showcase game in the FBA or something.
Or let's just put it out there. I wish these conference commissioners, and when they get them all together, they should contact us and ask us, when can we have our game to best fit your live streaming? Is that being narcissistic? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it would be nice because that would be great. Had a great conversation with Notre Dame Athletic Director Matthew Koenig, and we tried to make it work in their press box. He was super accommodating, but there's a really tight space, and it's just too many people in there and filming and all that stuff. We could have maybe tried to squeeze it in, but between that and the fact that I believe it's a Wi-Fi connection made it kind of like, I said maybe not going to work. But definitely we'll try to get the Tritons on at some point this season. That's my guess, because I would really like to see Collins and Flanagan play, two of the top players in the state without a doubt. A couple more minutes till halftime is done.
Brad, Clubhouse Live.
Yeah, Clubhouse Live, Season 16 of Clubhouse Live. That kicks off on September 2nd. That's Labor Day night. That is our weekly Green Bay Packers show, and we're going to be back at the Fox Club at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute, home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. That's also home to Clubhouse Live. I'm a co-host. Ricardo's a co-host. Rosie's part of the production crew. And not ready to – we're getting close to announcing who our Packers – I'm not going to call them co-hosts. I'm going to call them the anchors of the show.
Yes.
We're doing a little bit of a tweak this season. And I guess I can say that we're not going to have two guys on this season. It's just getting really difficult to make that happen.
You mean at the same
time. So we're going to go a solo format, but in doing so, we think that we're going to be able to get some of the bigger names on the team. And right now, Ricardo, I know you've seen the list. Some pretty nice names, including our two anchors, or we'll just call them two defensive stalwarts of that Packers expected to be improved defense under Jeff Hafley, the new defensive coordinator. But the September 2nd show, that takes us into the Friday night Packers-Eagles game in Brazil, but we're going to have a very special guest that night. It's going to be a Pro Football Hall of Famer and a Packers legend. We'll announce that in the days to come as well. But admission is free. Gates open at 5 o'clock, so you can check it out. 6:30 is the start time, but again, 5 o'clock you can get food. You can get beverages, all that good stuff, and just hang out with it. Hang out with the players. Very intimate setting. You can find the show on any of our websites, any of our Facebook pages, and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel as well. So check it out. We give away a lot of great prizes. Hoping we can have some Packers tickets to give away again as well. So season 16 coming up. We will mark our 350th show as well this upcoming season. And also, this is the first of two games for us this week. Why not just jump? Why not dive right in, right? And make ourselves work after a nice, relaxing summer. But we're back at it tomorrow night for another FVA Classic 8 matchup as Neenah travels to Muskego in one of the top games of the night in the state. Live coverage from Muskego starts at 6:45 p.m. That'll be me, Ricardo, and our colleague, J.R. Radcliffe from the Journal-Sentinel. He's going to join us on the stream as well.
The whole stream?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
okay.
It's going to be a three-man booth like the old Monday Night Football days, right? So remember, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Just got to Rosie and I are going to have to kind of tweak that YouTube thing again. And we thought we had a little bit of a workaround where we could go live. And when we hit go live, it worked during the test for Rosie. Now we hit go live for production, and it didn't work. So I had to kind of hurry up and go old school again. And looks like everybody's watching on the correct YouTube area, our Facebook page.
By the way, Middleton Bayport at the half tied at 21. That's
a good game. Bayport now with a new head coach, a familiar face, Steven Jorgensen.
Yes.
Taking over for Gary Westerman. Jorgensen, who coached at Fond du Lac after Mike Ganevok left the Cardinals. So we're going to see Bayport next Thursday night when the Pirates host Kimberly. We're going to be there for that one. So some great matchups here to start this season. Looking at the first half scoring for Appleton North. Remember the 43-yard touchdown run by quarterback Charlie Olson. 11:53 to play in the second quarter. That was on a 4th and 1. It was really a sneak, and he kind of squirted through, and then he was off to the races from 43 yards out. Mukwonago then a pair of touchdowns. 3-yard run by Mason Radabicki. That was after a long kickoff return. The ensuing kickoff return really set Mukwonago up well. That made it 7-7 with 7:24 to play, and then with 2:53 to play, Mason Kelly, an 11-yard touchdown pass to number 85, Luca Tess, with 2:53 to go. PAT was no good. The snap was low and couldn't get the kick off. So 13-7 is what you see on your Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. I believe Mukwonago starts the second half with the ball.
They do. And for those of you wondering in the Appleton area, what about Varsity Roundtable? Well, that's going to start the same week, September, the first week of when kids go back to school, basically.
September 4th, I guess that would be.
September 4th, yeah. That's every Wednesday, the only online high school sports talk show in the state. Excited for that. By the time that first week in September's done, Brett, we'll be a third of the way through the high school football season.
Always crazy, isn't it? Kind of break up the season in thirds. Goes quick.
I'd been meaning to do some of the Appleton North defensive starters.
Yeah.
On defense, Daniel Garrigan at defensive back. Bobby Salm, we talked about him, linebacker. Mason Scorsted, linebacker. Ben Wenzel, linebacker. Eli Vizina, defensive back. Jabari Hammond. Brady Golden, Sean Hansen. And then get to some of the big kids up front. Christian West, Jack Hawkins, Ezra Bauman Barnes. Some of your defensive starters for Appleton North.
All right, third quarter, second half about to start. Looking at Mukwonago, you have looks like number 11 and number 0. Back to return, number 0, Savasta. Number 11, Nick Martin. And they're going to kind of squib it. And no, it's kind of squirts through Savasta. And boy, still fumbling, has to fall down.
Oh boy.
Inside the 5-yard line, so not the start for Mukwonago. And a good strategy by Appleton North to kind of use that turf, let it bounce. You can do some weird things at football on this artificial turf. Officials looking at where they'll mark this. I believe it's not going to go right at the 5-yard line.
So Mukwonago in a tough position here, right at their own 5-yard line to start the second half. Again, welcome to Paul Engen Field. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out with Brett Christopherson, Jim Rosandick, all part of USA Today Network Wisconsin. You can see Mukwonago right in front of their own end zone.
Radabicki, maybe a couple. You just think about field position in a game like this, a 6-point game. If that North defense can hold, they're going to get a great field position for the Lightning offense. And but conversely, Mukwonago some work to do. But even if they can push it to midfield, right, or 40, 45-yard line near there, could certainly flip field position. So kind of I feel like a big spot here already here in the second half.
For sure.
Kelly. He's going to roll to his right, and no, he's going to tuck it in. Good pursuit, but he's able to escape. Bobby saw him, was right there first. Good job by Kelly to avoid that tackle and set up third and manageable. Ball will be at the 11-yard line. So what, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4?
Call it a long 4, right? You know, Kelly's pretty good feet, Brett.
Yeah, he does. Big play here already in the early moments of this third quarter. Chance for the Lightning to get off the field, 3 and out. Let's see if Kelly and Mukwonago can convert, move the chains, and keep that offense on the field. Rosandick, just good pursuit. That edge was set. There's nothing doing there. Looks like Psalm was there, but also number 21 I thought did a nice job. That's Sean Hansen, the defensive back, the senior defensive back, coming down and really not allowing Rosandick. I think he maybe wanted to bounce that outside a little bit, but there just wasn't anything there, and good team tackling by Psalm and Hansen. So 3 and out. Good job by that Lightning defense, and you can see where number 11, that is Michael Guido, where he's setting up. He's setting up in Mukwonago territory right now. In fact, the punter back in the end zone, which again is number 93, Ben Siganek. I hope I'm saying that right. Got a pronunciation sheet from Mukwonago, but that seems to be how it's on the sheet. But nice job, Guido. Fair catch right at the 40-yard line, and a great start for this Lightning offense. Already in Mukwonago territory, down 6 as we look at our Cellcom Coonies Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard.
So here we go. Olsen, 4 receiver set here for the Lightning. First down and 10 at the 40. Quick out here near side.
Yeah, to Guido, and Guido still pushing forward. I think he'll get to the 34-yard line, so a 6-yard pitch and catch. Pitch and catch makes it sound easier than really what that play was. Guido did a lot of work.
Yeah, he did. I thought the last 3 yards he was basically pulling defenders and staying on his feet. 2nd and 4 for Appleton North. Again, they have nice field position from the 3 and out forced by the defense. There's a little bit of that yin and the yang, Brett, with the defense helping out the offense in this case.
I believe they call it complementary football,
yes.
Right? That's a little pop pass, I guess, or a push pass. Mukwonago all over that. Guido nowhere to go. Might have lost a yard. 3rd down coming up. Last year, all FVA performers who return to the Lightning. Outside linebacker Bobby Psalm, first teamer. Cornerback Sean Hansen, a first teamer. And offensive lineman Jack Hawkins, a second teamer. For Mukwonago, all Classic 8 performers who return. Of course, running back Mason Rosandick, first teamer. Wide receiver, now quarterback, Mason Kelly, who was a first teamer at wideout. Offensive lineman Ben Contreras, honorable mention. Defensive lineman Hunter Siskowitz. Hope I'm saying that right. I apologize.
Excuse you.
And defensive back Jack Savasta, honorable mention. I even have the name pronunciation, but still tough to say. Siskowitz.
Oh.
We're going to get a delay of game, and we do.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Pre-snap penalty,
yeah.
right?
Oh, that's just killing the Lightning tonight. You already have your hands full with an opponent like Mukwonago, and then when you have the mental mistakes, Brett, makes it that much harder. So then we're talking about a one-possession game.
Right. And now you're back 3rd and 10, 3rd and 5. Definitely much more manageable than this against a very, very good Mukwonago defense. Let's see what Charlie Olsen can do as he waits for the snap. He's going to roll left, and good catch. That was number 15, Keegan Mucho, but how about number 25, Devin Viola, the junior defensive
Quick,
back.
wasn't he?
Came
Right
in, yeah, like a
all over
missile. So Appleton North going to go for it at the 35-yard line, 4th and 5. I assume they're going to go for it, but most want to play field position maybe at this point too. Maybe try to punt them inside the 10 and rely on that defense. So we'll see what Rob Somm wants to do here, if they just going to try to do a little pooch punt, or they're really going to try to pick this up here on 4th down. Right now it looks like that's the plan here, as Olson's waiting for it. He's got it, and they are going for it. Olson's got time, slings it, and he got the first down. That's number 15, again, Mucho, the junior. And how about Olson, Ricardo, just calmly stepping back there, trusting his offensive line, trusting the protection, steps into that throw, and it was a rocket to Mucho on the sideline.
Yeah, I like the nice timing route there, Brett. A lot of trust between receiver and quarterback for you to be at the spot when you need to be it, and more importantly, past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. And, first down, ball at the 29-yard line. See, that's why.
And I say that because how many times have you seen it where they're like just short of the
See, I
line to gain?
I would have punted it there, but I am conservative with a capital C when it comes to that kind of stuff. So.
And we have a timeout.
And we do. Appleton North going to burn a timeout.
So first down and 10 at the 29 for Appleton North, Brett. This is I feel like this is kind of a critical possession.
Absolutely. This whole beginning of the second half has felt critical after that, kind of that muffed on the kickoff. Mukwonago had to start at its own 5-yard line, as was that Savasta who had to kind of chase the ball. It was a live ball at that point and fell on it. Appleton North defense forcing that 3 and out. Great field position. The Lightning getting the ball at the Mukwonago 40. To Mukwonago's credit, they're able to. Well, I take that back. I guess they're making it difficult, obviously, for the Lightning, because Mukwonago, a sturdy defense as well. But trying to take advantage of excellent field position, both defensively getting off the field and now offensively, are the Lightning here down 6. So here we go after the timeout. And a good job by the Lightning of picking up that first down. Remember, after the delay of game penalty, backed him up 5 yards, making it 3rd and 10, and then 4th and 5. There's a handoff up the middle. Big hole. Nice job and good vision by number 19, DJ Wilson, the sophomore running back. Boy, he's got a spark to him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he hit that line really quick, Brett. Very decisive on what hole he wants to run into. Nice run for that young running back.
And Ricardo, he's 5'7", 178 pounds, too, so tough to kind of get really a target on him, because he's low to the ground, and boy, he's got some speed though, and he's right next to Charlie Olson. And now what do we have? Is that an official's timeout?
Is it an equipment thing?
Appleton North playoff participant every season since '04. Do we count the alternate season in the spring?
It never happened. The COVID year. Though we did get the pleasure of watching that great Fond du Lac team with Braylon Allen.
Boy, and Kyle Waljasper.
And Hunter Wohler.
There goes Wilson. Ooh, wow, nowhere to go there. And how about number 0, Savasta, the defensive back, coming in hard and bringing Wilson down. Good pursuit by that Mukwonago defense. 3rd down coming up, but Wilson had nowhere to go, and Savasta, boy, good-looking athlete, good-looking player.
You know, Brett, I mentioned Hunter Wohler from Muskego.
Yeah.
Because I did a story on a mythical matchup between Muskego and Fond du Lac. We didn't get a chance to see a D1 championship game or anything like that.
No.
Those are the 2 best teams in the state, though.
We'll talk about Hunter Wohler tomorrow night, a Muskego grad, and we're going to be at Muskego High School. You ever been to Muskego?
No,
me neither. Kind of near that Franklin area where Rosie and I spent a nice week down at Franklin last month. How about that throw and catch? Whoa, he dropped it. That was number 14, Grant Hardy, the junior. Boy, that was a rocket, almost like a sidearm throw by Olson. And I like that leadership right there. Olson going right to Hardy right there, giving him 5. And you know he's going to come back to him again and again. There was some pretty good coverage on that as well. So pretty tough for Hardy to kind of get his hands free. He didn't see the defensive back who was back there. but maybe got a hand on Hardy to kind of knock that away. But boy, that was a rocket by Olsen.
Still got to catch that though, Brett.
4th down and 5 again. Ball at the 25-yard line. Saw him in motion. Olsen, watch out. Trying to set up a screen over the middle.
Wow.
And that's a good play call. And he's got it.
Oh, that was a big hit, though.
Yeah, it was. Was that number 7? Yeah, it was. Woo. That was Caden Green, the senior linebacker, bringing down 32. Is that Sam Schmalls for Appleton North, the senior running back with the catch on the screen? Schmalls maybe had a little bit more running room, but how about Caden Green, a 6'1", 215-pound senior linebacker, just flying in there and putting an end to that play. But Appleton North, another 4th down conversion, Lightning on the move at the 15-yard line.
More of a heavy formation now, Brett, here on 1st down.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a false start. I thought that might have been somebody flinched. I don't know if that was Wilson in the backfield or an offensive lineman, but that'll back the Lightning up 5 yards.
Boy, that's got to be at least 4 or 5 now. And Brett, this drive, 8-play drive. This is going to be the 9th play. It's taken off about 5 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 15.
Olsen's got to get rid of it. No, he had to get rid of it, but didn't. And that's 6 and 9 for Mukwonago. Connor Krieger, number 6, a junior linebacker. Number 9, Sam Diekfus, a senior defensive lineman, coming in together. I thought I was waiting for Olsen to just kind of let it fly, let it get out of his hands. And look at where the ball is now at the 30-yard line. 2nd and a country mile coming up, yeah. What that Mukwonago defense come into play.
Again, you see the domino effect there, Brett, of the penalty.
Yeah, right. Kind of takes a little bit of the wind out of the sail. Then you're behind the sticks, and now you just have to pick up a little chunk, a little screen again. 32, again, that is Schmalls. Number 97, Hunter Skiskowitz.
Good job.
Siskowitz, a senior defensive lineman, 6'1", 285 pounds. He was there, so 3rd and about, what is that, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21? 3rd and 21? Yeah, that's what it says on our Cellcom and Cooney's embroidery and scoreboard. What do you do here, Ricardo? A little screen maybe again? Nope, they're just going to hand off to Wilson, who, wow, now it makes it at least somewhat manageable, still behind the sticks, but 4th down, and we got the field goal team coming out.
Yeah, it was a 10-yard gain, and Brett, that makes it, what, down to the 17? Like a 35-yard field goal,
yeah,
34?
34-yard field goal attempt coming up for number 6, it looks like, for Appleton North, Mason Skorstad. And these are some big points here for the Lightning from 34 yards out. Let's see. Everything's good. Nice kick, and it is good from 34 yards. How about that? I always say, boy, that is a weapon at the high school level. If you have a kid that can kick some long field goals, you'll take those points every single time.
And, Brett, that missed extra point by Mukwonago makes this a game where they can tie it up with another field goal for Appleton North.
So the field goal from Skorstad comes with 2:44 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We look at our Cellcom and Cooney's embroidery and sportswear scoreboard. Mukwonago still on top, 13-10 in this great battle between the FBA and the Classic 8. We figured it would be a good game, and we're getting a good game, and I think we're going to be treated to another one tomorrow night when Nina and Muskego play. There's the William Contreras of walk-up music right there. You always hear that at Brewers games. How about Plymouth taking it to Menasha, 20-3. The Panthers on top of the Blue Jays in the third.
You know, I was talking to Jeremy Korth before the season, and he goes, Plymouth, remember, they went on the first round of the playoffs to Plymouth. Plymouth was the number one, or a high seed, and they really took it to Plymouth. He said they're going to be looking for.
Loaded for bears,
they're going to be ready. They're going to be ready for them.
Again, the strategy, kind of a bouncer, and this time it's fielded cleanly. Oh, watch out. Oh, almost broke free. That was number 11, Nick Martin, with a very nice return. That'll set Mukwonago up past the 35-yard line to the 37.
Brett, thank you again, Alex Rocks. We appreciate this, buddy. Appleton East leading Green Bay Southwest 20-7.
Wow, Patriots. Looking at these two leagues, the FVA, the Classic 8, they have dominated the Division I playoffs over the past, decade plus, really. Kimberly has won 6 state titles since 2013. Remember, that first one came in Division II, the last 5 in Division I. Talk about the rest of the history of these two leagues, at least certainly recently when it comes to the state championships. As Kelly now, he's going to keep it, and I think we're going to get a little bit of a procedure call. Yeah, that, of course, for the Papermakers included a run of 5 straight state championships and a state record 70-game winning streak. Muskego, though, won back-to-back crowns in 2018 and 2019, both ending with 14-0 records. Of course, Ricardo, that stretch for Muskego included a 41-game winning streak. And then Arrowhead won successive Division I state titles in 2013 and 2014. Kimberly beat Arrowhead in back-to-back D1 championship games in 2014 and 2015. Muskego won over Kimberly in the Division I state title in 2018, and then Kimberly topped Mukwonago in the 2022 Division I state championship. So you see the theme. Figure one of these two conferences is going to have a team at Camp Randall come November. And that's no disrespect to any other league, as Radabicki, good hard run and picks up those penalty yards and more. But boy, what dominance between these two conferences. You look at Muskego, Arrowhead, Mukwonago, of course Kimberly, kind of the class overall of a very rugged FVA.
I just saw Hanson kind of limp off here, Brett. Number 21 for Appleton North. He's a little bit frustrated here, coming over to the trainer on the sideline for North. He's a returning all-conference player. Big part of that defense. 2nd and 8 for Mukwonago at the 39 of Mukwonago.
Hand off. Oof.
Nothing there.
No, nothing there is right. Looks like Bobby saw him in on there again. I think that was Cole Oldenburg, I want to say. Number 2, a senior running back. 3rd down coming up, and another big spot for both of these teams. The Mukwonago offense, the North defense. Appleton North doing a good job here to open this second half. Yards have been tough to come by. Minute 20 to play in this third quarter. Clock continuing to run here at Paul Engen Field. Great game. We got a slew of great games here for our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live streams. As Kelly, he's got time. He's got time. It's covered downfield. He escapes somehow. Gets rid of it off the fingertips of Radabicki. A little bit of a scramble drill at that time.
Right.
But good job by that North defense. Just what Kelly wanted initially just wasn't there in the back end, and then he just had to scramble, hope somebody could get open. Fired a dart to Radabicki, just wasn't there. And 4th down, again, Appleton North defense holds.
I can see that being a dangerous component for Mukwonago with, Kelly on the run, and maybe, finding some open receiver down the field, breaking containment, Brett. That's going to generate some big plays, I'm telling you.
Tell you, the Mukwonago fans travel well, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Looking at the fans across the way. The bleacher section quite full here on
look at that.
Thursday night. Nice job handling the low snap.
Look out.
And that is
to the 35.
Yeah, woof, still fighting. That was number 8 with the return. Eli, is that Vizina? One of the captains for Appleton North. But tomorrow night we're at Muskego, Nina and Muskego, and then next Thursday we're up at the road at Swamico as Kimberly and Bayport play.
Woo.
So how about that for opening the season with our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week live streams?
Of course, Papermaker's not playing this week.
No, right? Was that the
Vincent's-
second year in a row?
Vincent pulled out as their week 1 opponent, and
That's too bad.
that is too bad. But the Papermakers, that happened last year, and they made it to the state semifinals. So
A little bit fresher. I'm sure they're chomping at the bit,
yeah,
though.
they gotta be. And it's good that they play a team like Bayport right away as
Right.
well.
Well, it was the same kind of deal last year. Opened with Bayport, but at Papermaker Stadium. Yeah, we got, is that Hardy at quarterback now? And he's going to keep it. And not much there for Grant Hardy. Good job by Everett Maxfelt, the senior defensive back coming in. Is that Grant Hardy's, I believe, his first time taking snaps for the Lightning. And you can see Grant Hardy kind of hobbling off the field, Ricardo. Got twisted up. He's going to go to the bench. Ooh, he's hurting. He's down on the turf there as the trainers are now looking at him, and that is not a good thing to see if you're Rob Somm in Appleton North.
Is it a cramp, though?
He took a pretty good shot, but yeah, hopefully it's just a cramp.
2nd down and 9. Hardy with the 1-yard gain.
Bobby Somm with it, trying to move that pile.
Takes it to the 39, 2-yard gain, brings up a 3rd and long. We'll call it a 3rd and 7 for Appleton North. They're saying
it might be a cramp. I'm looking at Tamori. It looks like they're kind of holding that left leg.
yeah, he's helping out his fellow receiver.
Yeah, two basketball teammates there. North basketball team should be pretty good again, I would think, under Chris Kellett.
Had a nice season last year. Had a good season the year before. Remember, kind of broke out there in the postseason.
Right. Yeah, it should be some good games in basketball. I don't mean to talk hoops, Ricardo. I know that you don't like it when I
always
do
do.
that.
That's your thing.
I do love basketball, but I can wait because that means it's cold weather.
How generous of you.
4th down, or I should say the
Third
fourth
down.
quarter. 3rd down to start the 4th quarter as we look at our Cellcom, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Mukwonago on top, 13-10. Great game. Mike Gnavok on Facing Appleton North. Quote, I was at Fondy from 2012 to 2018, so I know Coach Rob Somm, and I know he will have his players ready. Appleton North is always well coached and physical. We are excited to be able to play such a quality team right away in week 1. Coach Somm and I exchanged scrimmage film, and the film was exactly what I expected. They play fast and physical on defense and are very multiple on offense. It doesn't get any better than kicking off the season with an FEA Classic 8 matchup. End quote. That was, I believe, to our very own Mike Sherry. You guys did a great job on the high school football previews this year, by the way.
We tried our best with that.
Some different stuff. Boy, you got a lot of teams. I really liked Mike Sherry's look at top games, and he's adding coaches' quotes now to those as well each week. So a lot of good stuff. 4th down. Looks like Appleton North going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, with this being such a close game, you got to, I don't want to say play conservative, but you got to be well aware of where you are on the field and how that plays into it, the field position game.
Gnavok talking about Rob Somm. Hard to believe, Rob Somm, 17th season now as Appleton North's head coach. Winning record in every season but one, and that was a 5-5 showing in 2016, so never a losing year here at Appleton North as Savasta calling for the fair catch. I have him as a 134-46 record for a 744 winning percentage. Took over, of course, for the legendary Paul Engen in 08. Paul Engen, the field named after him, but Engen on the coaching staff for Appleton North along with his son Brent Engen.
Yeah, Brent was last with Appleton West.
Mm-hmm. Had some nice years with the Terrors.
Mm-hmm. 1st and 10 at the 35 for Mukwonago. At the 30, I'm sorry. See what the offense has in store for that North defense, which has been played very well, Brett, throughout most of this game as Rosandick.
Yeah. Well, now if you're Gnevok and Mukwonago, this is where you want to ride kind of your bell cow here, right? To just kind of let Rosandick get into a rhythm, let that offensive line get into a rhythm, and see if you can turn this 3-point game into a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Or at the very least, flip the field, right?
Yeah,
Make it to where North has to, go 80-plus yards possibly for a tie. Second down and 4 for Mukwonago. Looking long, Brett.
Oh, almost a great catch.
Wow.
I thought he had it.
And that was great defensive play as well.
Yeah, Nick Martin, the intended receiver, number 11. But how about number 25, Gordy Cole, a 5'9", 155-pound junior defensive back. He was trying to keep up with Martin and just finally put his hands up.
He did. And that was smart play, Brett. You want to look where the receiver is looking for the ball. Get your hands up. Is that a North player down, Brett? Far side there, Rosie? Can you?
That is number 94, kind of walking gingerly off
is that
the
Bauman
field.
Barnes?
Yeah, Ezra Bauman Barnes, a senior defensive lineman. Well, he's coming off the field okay, though.
Little more cramps again. I mean, looking for Sean Hansen. I think he's back out, or
you're going to see some cramps this time of year, right? I think tomorrow is supposed to be even a little bit warmer. Got a big hot weekend coming up. You tell these kids, right, to hydrate, but sometimes that isn't even enough. It just takes a lot out of you. As Rosandick now, third down. Ooh,
close.
It's going to be close. Let's see where they mark it.
Short.
He'll be short by, well, let's see where they spot it. Is it going to be a full yard? Is it going to be a half a yard?
Yeah, I think he.
Right near the 40-yard line. Yeah, I have to think Mukwonago is going to go for this.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Look at where the down marker is compared to the first down stick. I mean, it's right there. You can see the official. Rosie has a great shot of where the ball is. Just has to get to the 40-yard line. I think you just go under center, quarterback sneak it, but instead Kelly looks like he's going to be back.
Be one of the punts again.
Rosandick's got it, and the first down is his as he backs his way in, and that keeps the clock moving, keeps the chains moving, and keeps that Mukwonago offense on the field. Got a couple more quotes here from Rob Salm on just kind of the overall look of the Lightning, who we're getting a good feel for here tonight. But he says, quote, "We're a pretty talented team. I'm excited about the possibilities that we have. We just have some younger players or younger guys playing some key positions, or inexperienced guys playing key positions. So we have to do the best we can to get them ready in practice. And if we play up to our ability, we'll be competitive with anyone." End quote. We're seeing that here tonight, Ricardo.
Definitely.
Mukwonago again comes in ranked 3rd preseason in Division I, and North going toe-to-toe as Kelly a good first down run.
On a flag.
Oh, that's going to be on Appleton North based on the applause from the Mukwonago sideline.
Is going to be a personal foul, or perhaps a face mask. Ball's marked at the 49, so a 6-yard gain for Kelly.
Officials talking things over, waiting for the call. And it is going to be personal foul against Appleton North. 15 more yards coming up after the end of the play.
That's what you absolutely cannot have in this kind of a close game. Now the ball's at the 36, but they're getting close to the red zone.
Kelly under center this time, backtracks, handoff. And that's number 2, Cole Oldenburg, the senior. Feel like that North front, or the Mukwonago front, Ricardo, starting to kind of get into a rhythm, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Clock moving. Under 8.5 to play in what's been a heck of a battle between two quality teams. Hope we get to see something similar tomorrow night down at Muskego. Little push pass. Boy, some running room there for Nick Martin, the senior wideout. That play's worked. You can see number 55 for Mukwonago clapping his hands. Henry Degenhart, one of the junior offensive linemen there. You know, he's sensing it, right? I think that offensive line looking very confident right now as Mukwonago moving the ball. 1st and 10 at the Appleton North 20.
Yeah, and you kind of feel like if that's a touchdown that they score, Brett, that's going to be really,
2 scores, yeah,
really tough for North to get back.
Radabicki, boy, big lane. Number 71, his helmet came off for Mukwonago. That's Aaron Dworzak, senior offensive lineman. But again, a good 6-yard run as Radabicki doing some work here on this drive and that offensive line as well. Clock continuing to run, 7:40 to play here in this one.
Oh, I think that was
we're going to get a delay or movement. Yep, okay. Rob Salm likes his the culture on the team. Quote, what I like is the team attitude, the team first attitude. You don't see selfish behaviors from most of the team. They are really excited to play for themselves, and I think that's as important in the game of football as anything. It's not always the most talented. It's the teams that play for each other that have success. I think that will play well on game night, end quote.
Brett, Spash Middleton tied at 14 in the third.
Bayport?
Yep. Well, it says Spash in Middleton, but I think they had that one wrong. Plymouth leads Menasha 20-10 in the third.
Okay, that game tightening a little bit.
Ooh, Green Bay Southwest has rallied. They lead Appleton East 21-20 in the third.
Wow, there we go. Kelly waiting for the snap, and Radabicki, of course, has it. And, boy, he's still moving his way towards that first down marker. 3rd down inside the 15. Let's see, it would be at the 14, maybe the 13-yard line. Yeah, right at the 13-yard line.
Okay, so yeah, you're right, Brett. Update. I'm sorry. Middleton leads Bayport 28-21. Chippewa Falls, Brett, and Spash 14-14 tie.
Handoff. Tripped up. That was number 2, Oldenburg, and I think Mukwonago going to be short by
a yard, maybe?
A yard. So 4th and 1 coming up. Probably less than a yard. Ball's actually inside the 11, so we'll call it maybe half a yard for Mukwonago. But I have to think Mukwonago going to go for it. Appleton North fans in front of us on their feet, imploring a defensive stop as we are under 6 minutes to play. Clock continuing to run. Here we go. Kind of wonder if, no, I was thinking maybe Kelly would go under center again. Instead, he's back. Radabicki's got it and almost wrapped up, but he dives forward. That was number 72 for Appleton North. Jack Hawkins, the senior defensive lineman, almost got the stop, but strong running by Radabicki picks up really a yard and a half. Ball at the 9 inside, so 1st and goal for Mukwonago, who, Ricardo, in no hurry right now.
No.
Let that clock continue to run. Ooh, little razzle-dazzle, and almost picked up, and instead it's a touchdown, 9 yards. Nick Martin
Looks like there was a North defender there, Brett, that was had his hand on him in the backfield.
A lot of speed, of course. You got to focus on Radabicki, but nice little play design, and Nick Martin coming around the end.
Was that a reverse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Siganek out for the PAT, but what a big touchdown drive, Ricardo, for Mukwonago. Kick is up and through. And with 5:05 to play in this one, as we look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard, Mukwonago up a 2-score lead, up 20-10 after the 9-yard run on a reverse by Nick Martin.
You know, and again, several plays on that drive by Mukwonago converting on 4th down, but also I thought the big personal foul was big in terms of giving them a little boost on offense. So again, Appleton North kind of shooting itself in the foot here. This game is just perfect example of a week 1 game. That's why you play these kind of games and against these kind of opponents to kind of show you where you need to get better. And I'm sure I'll talk to Coach Salm about this afterwards, and he'll say that, you know, this is playing a team like Mukwonago exposes right away what your weaknesses are and what you got to work on.
Is there a little fog rolling in across the way?
Yeah, I thought at first that was like baby powder or something.
That the pyrotechnics exploding from the Mukwonago sideline. After the touchdown, ball will be fielded inside the 10 by Keegan Mucho. And Mukwonago now fired up, Ricardo, sensing that they are in command of this one with 5:03 to play. But still, there's still some game left. Let's see if the Lightning can work quickly and strike fast here and get a touchdown on the board, make this interesting again.
Is this at the 13?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay.
Yep, ball at the 13-yard line. Hardy back in the game. Good to see for Appleton North. So you called it, Ricardo. Boy, oh boy. What now? A lot of pre-snap stuff, Ricardo.
Just makes things difficult. Again, against a very good opponent like Mukwonago. I'm sure Coach Salm is going to feel like they left points on the board here. Also have to give credit to that Mukwonago defense, Brett. They played very, very disciplined football.
Boy. How about that play by number 10, Tanner Booth, for Mukwonago senior.
Who was that pass to?
Is that number 15?
Okay.
But Booth coming in fast.
So what happened with the penalty? They declined it?
Officials are still talking things over. Don't forget, folks, back at it again tomorrow night. We always like to start the season with a double header. And we will be down at Muskego High School for another FVA Classic 8 battle. Rockets of Neenah taking on the Warriors of Muskego. Live coverage will kick off 6:45 p.m. Looking forward to that one.
So 2nd down and 15, is that what they're calling it?
That is correct, Ricardo. So backs up the Lightning 5 yards. I didn't see what the penalty was.
I thought it was offsetting or something. I don't know. Yeah, it was. Personal foul on both sides.
Okay, thanks, Rosie. Personal foul both sides. Beautiful throw to number 33 for Appleton North. That's Jack Kangas, senior tight end. First time we've called his name, and a nice little design there. Kangas kind of limping back to the huddle. But now, Ricardo, you got to see some urgency from that North offense. We have another penalty. They're going to say illegal man downfield. Okay, wow. So that believe that was a first down play that negates the first down. Ball will be marked inside the 5, I guess, officially at the 4. Well, we'll call it the 5. Nice throw by Olson to, whoa. That is going to, I was wondering if that might be a little bit of a late hit there, but that was to number 11, Michael Guido. And a late tackle out of bounds, Ricardo. I think that's a good call. Probably could have let Guido go at that point. And if you're Mike Ganavok with 4:17 to play, that's what you don't want, right? I mean, you got Appleton North on the ropes. So tack on 15 more yards. That'll move the chains. And you never know. Weird things can happen in this game. That could be the spark that Appleton North needs. And ball at the 34, 1st and 10. Downfield, whoa! Almost intercept, a little bit behind 33, Kangas, and Savasta, the defensive back, was there almost with an intercept. Didn't he have an interception earlier in the game as well? So 2nd down coming up for Appleton North. 20-10, Mukwonago leads as we look at our Cellcom, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. First Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week football live stream of the season. And the plan is to take us all the way through the state semifinals. It's going to be a lot colder that night. Enjoy these summer nights while we have them as Olson. Woo!
We got there early, but no flag. The Appleton North baseball wanted a flag. It was definitely close.
Guido, the intended receiver there, 3rd down.
Here we go. 3rd down and 10. 4 down territory, of course, when it comes to North because they're behind. And
watch out. Ooh. Number 16, Olson's down on his back. Hopefully he gets up. Looks like he's okay. But how about Cade Gunderson, number 16, the junior linebacker? He just came flying in. And, yeah, Olson a little dinged up there after that incompletion, 4th down. Charlie Olson, a 6'2", 200-pound senior quarterback, one of the captains. Big kid, strong kid. Got a good arm.
He does.
And they're going to have to call a timeout because the back judge, now he's starting to count. Can Olson get the snap Out in time. No, they're going to have to call a timeout. You can see the coaching staff screaming, and they call it delay of game. Oh, no, the official said Appleton North burned a timeout. So the urgency, you could see they were trying to get the snap off before the penalty instead of timeout. One timeout remaining for Appleton North.
Fourth and 10? It would be fourth and, oh no, there was a timeout, okay. So final gasp of breath here for Appleton North. 4th and 10 on the 34.
There's confusion here. Not sure where to line up. Olsen downfield.
Got him.
Look at this.
Wide
he does.
open.
Wow. That's Guido with the catch downfield. Inside the 15. Still moving the pile. What a throw, Ricardo. That was a beautiful rainbow, kind of a sidearm. And Guido open over the top. How about that play? Gets behind the defense. I'm not sure Mukwonago thought that he could uncork it that far.
53 yards on that pass play.
How far he threw that. I know that was the play, but how far did he throw that in the air? That was a heck of a throw, and now you got offsides on Mukwonago.
Yep.
As Olsen with the hard count, 5 free yards. Still 3:21 to play. Oh, they're going to say false start instead on Appleton North.
I did see the running back move.
But did he flinch a little bit?
But it was so close with the encroachment, it was tough to see who moved first.
The officials say instead Appleton North flinched. Now clock winds, they wind up the clock and it's moving. And they're gonna have to they're gonna have to kind of get this moving here a little bit, Ricardo. Standing around as the clock continuing to run. Olsen getting things ready. Gonna have to snap this quickly. And he's off to his right. Watch out. Somehow evades one tackler, but you got to give credit to number 9 for Mukwonago. Sam Diekvist, the senior defensive lineman, kind of blew that play up. One timeout remaining for Appleton North. You can hear the fans kind of in front of us, sir. Getting a little antsy.
Loss of 2 yards on that brings up a 2nd and 17, Brett. Chippewa Falls now leading Spash 29-14.
Wow, okay. About the Cardinals of Chippewa Falls. I wonder where that game is. Is that at Gerke or is that over at Chippewa?
Yeah, I'm not sure, actually.
Olsen got plenty of time. And incomplete. I thought that was kind of batted up. Maybe thinking that could be picked off. Instead falls harmlessly to the turf. 3rd down. Now for Appleton North with 2:06 to play.
Don't got to get it all on one shot. So 4 down territory, which is obvious here. Oh. Fell down. We're seeing that the receiver just fell down. He wasn't tripped or anything like that.
It was Hardy who fell. I think he's been kind of dealing with that cramping since coming out needing that leg stretched. Well, here you go. 4th down and what is it? 15, 16 yards. 16 yards for the Lightning. I almost wonder, are maybe a little out of field goal range right now. Olsen, whoa, a little pump fake. And nothing there. You can see Olsen frustrated.
I don't think they're out of field goal range.
Well, it's 4th down. That was 4th down.
But
I was thinking maybe try to a field goal at that point with a good kicker, make it back to a 1-score game. But how about that Mukwonago defense? There was just nothing there. The false start backed up Appleton North behind the sticks again. And Mukwonago now with 1:59 can just run out this clock. Appleton North just one timeout to use.
It's tough. That was an 11-play drive, Brett, that started at their own 13.
Yeah.
Obviously, the big 53-yard pass play got them deep in Mukwonago territory, but it's tough. Tough to leave points out there. Uh-oh.
Rosandick, he wants some more yards. Falls out of bounds. He's actually pushed out of bounds, but that'll be a 1st down. And all Mukwonago has to do now is probably just take a few knees here, Ricardo, unless Appleton North wants to burn that last time out.
Impressive win for Mukwonago.
Yeah.
The defense really impressed me. Offensively, they got some weapons. Obviously, the running back is one of the best in the state. And, they just got to, they got to weather the Classic 8 is what it comes down to, and that's always just a tough axe to grind.
Well, and that's the same for Appleton North, right?
Yep.
North, I thought, held up well, and they have to weather the storm of the FVA, but two teams that certainly have excellent defenses and maybe just a little bit more firepower offensively right now for Mukwonago. But you look at Appleton North with no Abraham Tamari as well, and some, like Rob Somm said, some young guys. What a great experience for some of these guys, right? Now you kind of get a really good feel for, okay, this is where we're at. We're not that far off.
And you got to, believe me, this is a much better scenario.
Mm-hmm.
A good game or tough game against Mukwonago rather than a big blowout win over whoever in the week 1.
Yeah,
Southwest. You're not going to get anything out of that.
Nothing really from that, no. But I think if you're both programs, both coaches, obviously Mike and Avon are thrilled that they got the win, come up to Appleton and pick up a big win.
Mm-hmm.
And but Rob Somm, conversely, you're gonna have an L in the first week of the season. But I think you got to be pleased overall. Say, hey, as I said before, this team is ranked number 3 in the state. We were with them toe-to-toe for much of that game until that last touchdown drive. It was anybody's ball game.
And as we wrap things up here and I talk about Appleton North, again, countless mistakes. And I think this is something that Coach Somm is going to, kind of look at the film and kind of, be able to carve out where they can, get better at. A lot of that's mental mistakes.
Right.
3 snap penalties. You can't have that. Personal foul on that last scoring drive for Mukwonago. Something that cannot happen, and stuff that's correctable, I guess is what I'm saying. So Appleton North, good first game, great opponent. Both teams are going to get a lot out of this as they move along in the 9-game season here.
Fun game to start. Looking forward to round 2 of the FVA versus the Classic 8 tomorrow night at Muskego. That should be a good one as well. Ricardo, I know we'll see you down there.
Oh yeah.
Safe travels. I think Rosie and I are
too.
going to get there a little bit earlier because it's a new
Are
place
you driving
for us.
or is Rosie driving?
I'm driving.
All right.
We're hopping in the truck and we're heading down to Muskego. About less than 2 hours we'll make it.
Gotcha. Okay.
But should be a good one. Looking forward to that as well.
Great first game, guys. Appreciate all the help. And we'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.
Off and running. Thank you, Ricardo. He's going to go down onto the field, talk to probably both coaches, or certainly Rob Somm of Appleton North, but gives me a chance to run down the scoring here. Appleton North got on the board first, a 43-yard touchdown run by quarterback Charlie Olson. That was a 4th and 1. It was a sneak, and he squirted through and ended up racing 43 yards into the end zone. That made it 7-0 Appleton North with 11:53 to play in the second quarter. And then Muskego, a pair of touchdowns to close out the second quarter. First, a 3-yard touchdown run by Mason Radabicki. That was with 7:24 to play. That was after actually a long kickoff return, the ensuing kickoff return following that to Olson, a 43-yard touchdown run. That tied things up at 7 apiece. And then Mason Kelly, the quarterback, hooked up with Luca Test, the tight end, on an 11-yard touchdown completion. With 2:53 remaining in the second quarter, a botched snap on the PAT that made it wasn't even an attempt on the kick, so 13-7 was the score at the half. Appleton North cut it to within 3 on a 34-yard field goal with 2:44 to play in the third quarter by Mason Skorstad. And then Mukwonago put it away. A 9-yard touchdown run by number 11, Nick Martin, on a reverse with 5:05 to play. The kick was good. 20-10 was the score, and that's how we finish up here tonight at Paul Engen Field with the victory. Mukwonago ranked 3rd in the state in Division I. Mukwonago is back at it next Friday night, August 30th, in a non-conference matchup at Sun Prairie East. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. Appleton North falls to 0-1 on the season. Up next for the Lightning, they're at Green Bay Preble next Thursday in a non-conference matchup. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. As for us, we'll be back at it tomorrow night. As I said, another FVA Classic 8 matchup as Neenah travels to Muskego in one of the top games in the state on the slate. Live coverage from Muskego High School kicks off at 6:45 p.m. You can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. Hey, also don't forget about a digital subscription. You can sign up for that on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites, including the Post Crescent. A digital subscription includes full access on your desktop, tablet, and mobile devices every day, exclusive subscriber newsletters, full access to national reporting with the USA Today Sports Plus app, and also the e-edition, which is a digital replica of the print edition. Folks, please help play a vital role in supporting local journalism that you and your community can trust by signing up for a digital subscription today. Find more information on any of our websites. And again, thank you to our sponsors, Cellcom. For a limited time at Cellcom, every phone is on sale or free for new and existing customers. The choice is yours, so stop in or shop online at cellcom.com. And Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Contact them online at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear.com. So for Ricardo, for Rosie, for Mike Sherry, and the entire crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Paul Engen Field here at Appleton North High School. Once again, our Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week football live stream. Mukwonago wins it 20-10. Thanks for watching, everybody.